I think I've gathered the storm enough. Everyone, I think it's time, the last time for now, to start the Stormin' Show. A lot has been put on the shoulders of our four heroes in the amount of a few weeks. They were given the task, at least to High Prince Sabariel, a simple task of creating a trade route between Urithiru and the war camps. Through this task, they have been able to collect a gem heart, defeat a chasm fiend, build or prepare to build technologies that have not yet been placed on Roshar. They have met long forgotten enemies of long forgotten heroes, and they have even become, in some people's eyes, heretics, but in others, humanity's last hope. And one of those individuals, one of those legendary Knights Radiant, is still going through the painful process of feeling his body reinventing itself after crashing through a building and tackling a shard bearer halfway across a war camp. Dialan, your vision still blurry from just waking up from being fully concussed, walking with or being carried by Torvin. You watch, or at least you feel, the stormlight that is within the purse of Torvin's sphere purse kind of move from that bag into your being. Every breath that you take, you feel this new source of energy that you've never experienced before be consumed by you. And in doing that, the blurriness of your eyesight becomes more and more clear. And Torvin, this man is glowing. You are trying to be nonchalant and you're walking through, but people were already in shock and awe as they watched a shard bearer run from a dead man, and then that dead man get up and just start walking and glowing with you. But besides that, you are making your way in the direction Lorta's pushing you toward. And as you do that, you are seeing, as you're walking through Sabariel's war camp, a multitude of soldiers running past in a separate direction.
All right. Where are they running to?
It's a busy evening, Nako. You should probably ask one of them. They seem to be heading back to the estate.
And we're looking for the others right now, right?
Correct. Lorta says she
Okay.
would you guys can head in that direction.
So I hoist Dialan up. I've been dragging him a bit at first, but as he's starting to glow and this energy is reinvigorating him, I don't realize it at first, but I'm supporting him less and less. He's already starting to walk, and as he starts to walk on his own accord, uh I think I would sort of bend over out of breath and need to take a minute uh as he's starting to like regain his energy and I'm like losing all of mine.
He is in full armor. Like this
Yeah.
guy's the armor alone would be exhausting for Torvin to be wearing, let alone carrying another man in full armor.
My armor's
So I'd be
ruined, correct? Like completely,
Yes.
like torn asunder.
Yes.
As I'm walking, just because we're talking about it, I'm definitely like unstrapping pieces off of myself, tearing away ruined pieces of leather, taking off my falds and like all of the easiest pieces of armor to detach. Like none of it matters anymore. It's ill-fitted now. It's all torn up. So I looked at Torvin. I'm like, thank you. Thank you so much.
What happened to you? What Storms, that's impressive. You're already starting to breathe normally, and I need to sit down for a minute. And he takes a knee.
I was scared and I was angry. And there was a man in Shardplate at the Amelan estate. And then we fought. I fought him. And I thought I was going to die. And then I listened to my friend, and I guess I said the right thing, and now I'm not dead. And I was flying through the air, and I really don't know much from there. It's all still kind of hazy.
You were soaring. You were like all across the entire war camp.
Yeah, is that what I sounded like?
That and then it was a lot of and then there's I think a few but I think that was the other guy. I don't know if that was you.
I feel
Do
like
I hear that too? No.
Yeah, let's do a little roll. Let's see how excited Zariah was. Yeah, you hear it. I think it just appears. I mean, he's already glowing, so I don't think Zariah cares that he's being seen.
All right. I'm seeing lots of different spread now. This is something to process.
That's Zariah.
And then there was
the words.
I did say words. There was another one before. What do you mean? Who's Cierna's?
What I've known? I don't think I
don't think you've ever seen Cierna's sprint. So you just saw an old lady made of vines just complaining to who she believed to be customer service.
Mm-hmm.
Regardless, this is Zariah, and he's my companion and a friend. And
Torvin asked, pleasure to meet you. Big fan. Well, I wouldn't say fan, but fan of your work. Pretty cool.
Oh well, I like them already.
Yeah, if I seem more tolerable lately and less judgmental, it's largely them.
Interesting.
I mean,
you don't.
Well,
I keep trying to tell
him. Zariah, you're doing a horrible job.
Excuse me. If I wasn't here, you would be a beautifully crafted paste on the side of the Amalan estate. Thank you very much.
Well,
Yes.
I'm glad we have you to help out.
Oh, it's a hard job, but I do what I can. But seeing as how you can keep telling me how awesome I am, I think things are getting a little crazy around here as he kind of like looks around and you guys see more and more of those troops just like running past you guys.
All right. We need to determine how far, like where our targets are and what's going on here. And he stops the soldier to ask,
Mhm.
what's
Okay,
happening,
well,
what's the status.
what you would know to be like a dark eyes sergeant of Sabario's war camp kind of look you up and down, sees the lieutenant, and then we were all called by Bright Lord Nanzashu. Apparently, uh, Bright Lord Amalan has been taken. We're going to Thanadal's men. They seem to have built up some sort of forces outside the war camp.
Where's Cierna?
You Lorta's kind of like walking with you guys, and she just the first time you've noticed, or you might notice this style on Torvin, you've seen when she's thinking, she does this little tick and twitch. What you know for her to be like basically getting information from one of her Kremling of the Sleepless. And then she like dissociates for a moment, comes back. They seem to have stopped. Having a little conversation. She kind of leans in, so only the two of you here, with the High Princess.
Can you take us to them?
Of course I can, Nako. The question is, what do we want to do with this information?
What is our best move? Tactically speaking.
Yeah, in all likelihood, it's gather my men and then go and confront them.
Now, that makes sense. Question is, you'll also have to deal with the fact that they have a few hostages, that being our friends, and then Brightness Serena's family.
Well, who's going to advocate for them other than us?
And then there's the large forces of two High Princes waiting around. So
That is a bit of an issue.
Oh, our plan is not working on our timeline right now.
seems as though they're playing dirty. High Princes? Bit of a shocker.
We're going to need to think of when it's best to contact our friends. They gave me a
Spam
read or something, right? Yeah.
Correct.
That
Both
might
of you
be our
give me a
best shot
lore
out of
check
this.
as well.
Oh boy. A 5.
Okay. That makes sense for this one. Dialan, you as well. As you hear the information of a contingency of forces from the High Princes.
A what check?
Either lore or deduction, one of those.
Okay.
But you do it at advantage because this is more like military base.
Okay. I rolled a 19.
19. You're thinking about, okay, what kind of forces are we dealing with? Each of them probably has a large contingency. However, it's happening very last minute, as well as they still have the patrols that are all throughout the Shattered Plains around the war camps. But the things that are probably making you the most stressed, Thanadal owns one full shard bearer, like plate and sword, and then three others are either just the shard plate or just the blade. So that's what the Sabarial forces would be dealing with.
No. We can't fight that. We can't fight that.
We can't. No.
I don't think Sabarial's forces can. Not here. Shards win wars. And we have none.
We have a terrifying force of skybreakers ready to descend down upon their forces. We just need to engineer the right situation in which to call them. All right, it's not about taking out one of them or just the princes now. We need to get the army together.
We have to ensure that Nevod and Cierna are safe before anything else, because if we send a force of skybreakers in there and they have hostages, frankly, are the skybreakers going to care, and are people just going to start slaying the hostages, and that is the end of it.
You're right. We need a plan for them first.
We do.
Well, Nako, I was told when you showed up in Hades that you were one of the best negotiators and merchants that the Alethi had to offer. This seems like a moment to shine.
You think I can negotiate for their release?
Their release. Have a conversation maybe with the Skybreakers on assisting in, what did they say? Justice?
Okay. He thinks about it for a moment. Yeah, above table, I'm a little stumped on what to do here, on the best,
Basically, what
action.
you can, Dialan is absolutely correct. The forces are too strong, and then also you don't want three lovely ladies who took out an entire war camp to just show up and eviscerate everything within the space of the High Princess, because you have innocence in there. As we seem to have seen, Skybreakers, that's too much paperwork. So, what your mentor is suggesting is that either you can make your way to deal with the High Princes, or you can make a conversation or a debate with the Skybreakers on assisting you, use them as a tool to deal with the forces.
Okay.
You have a plethora of options. I'm just laying out what you have and what you are dealing with.
Sure. Well, I guess I am of a mind to maybe ask the Skybreakers, but I'm not sure what we could offer them or what position that would put us in. I'm hesitant to put us into some sort of debt of theirs.
I do wonder if they have any sense of responsibility when it comes to our side of things? Could it be as simple as come down and walk with us and be as an intimidation factor in order to browbeat them into submission before anything else, or to release hostages, or something of the sort?
Deduction roll from both of you, please.
Seven.
10.
10. A 10. This is information that you already have, but it has been 12 episodes. You know that the justice that one of the Skybreakers was explaining to you was the protection of the singers and making sure they get what they deserve from Roshar. You also know that the High Princes themselves have done an injustice to the singers. The only singer that you have met happened to be a fused who was trying to protect the listeners of the Shattered Plains. Perhaps you could make a debate that helping you would also help the singers that live in this space.
I would propose that to Dialan as an option. I would lay it out as outside. There's two ways that I see this. Right? There's the one way that we go and we talk to the Skybreakers and we ask them for help. And we see if we can negotiate on those grounds. Or we see if we can come up with something that might entice the High Princes. I mean, we only have to make it believable until we're a clear enough distance, right? And then we call the Skybreakers.
Do you know if either of them is religious? Are they devout?
I think Cierna is.
No, I mean the High Princes.
Oh.
Yes. Devout in the way that Alethi culture is devout, you know, like they follow the laws of Vorinism, but at the same time, it's like their way of doing things.
There's always levels to it, but I'm sure they're not.
If you want astute Vorinism, like to the T, you go to Yakovet. But if you want folks who kind of bend the rules to their liking, that's Alucard.
All right, yeah. I'm just thinking, I
said it. So.
To be blunt, I can glow now. I can.
Yeah, I see that.
Maybe I can scare them into releasing the hostages. I mean, I can act like a herald or something. We can put on a show.
Could you scare them as if you were a Skybreaker?
I mean, do they know the difference? Zariah. Can I fly like a Skybreaker?
I mean,
is that a thing I can do?
That's one of the cool things that happens. But you gotta like, it's not like I'm just giving you out all the stuff to do. You gotta kind of like learn how to do it. You didn't just become a cool duelist that swings a sword all over the place.
I don't need to do it well. Zariah, can I float?
Just a few inches. Yeah.
Just a few inches off the ground. That's what I need to know.
You just flew across the work camp. I feel like I didn't need to tell you that you could do that. That can be done.
I don't know how these things work. That's the first time I've ever done something like that. And frankly, I think about 10% of my brain leaked out onto the steps back there.
It was pretty bad.
At least, yes, probably.
Thanks, Torvin.
I was like, oh, he did it. Oh, he's dead. That was my thought process. But then you woke up, so that's cool.
Look, if you two can manage to sell the illusion for a couple of seconds, I can pull it across the finish line. I can sell that.
Okay. Okay.
I don't know. This seems kind of deceptive.
It's to save people, Zariah. It's to save our friends.
Yeah, but it's kind of, I don't know. Can't we like tell them the truth and then,
Well, here's the thing.
be honorable?
Dialan and yourself don't have to tell any lies. I just want you to perform and show off.
Is that how this works? I can't lie?
It's not that you can't lie. It's just like kind of frowned upon.
Sometimes you lie, Zariah.
Mm-hmm. You keep secrets, like the one you kept from Nevod. That went pretty well, huh?
Oh boy.
Oh yeah, we bonded. Yes.
You know,
I know how you
Dialan's-
felt when you did that.
Their friend, they might not lie.
No,
Zariah
they're spreading
lies.
that lie.
Zariah also lies.
What?
Zariah is a liar.
What?
He keeps things from me. Lying by omission.
Of what?
The words, first of all.
No, I didn't lie about the words. You've known the words. You
What's my
just
other
didn't
power,
find a
Ryan?
cool moment.
What are my other cool
Um,
powers? What are they?
You can make stuff stick all over the place. That's pretty cool.
What's the next set of words?
Oh, you're
I don't know.
sticky.
Don't say you don't know. You know these things. I can make.
No,
things- Wait,
I
hold on,
genuinely
back up.
don't
We're
know this
backing up.
next one.
We're getting ahead of ourselves.
Yeah, world's on fire.
Is it not brave and honorable to walk into a camp as two and browbeat
Mhm.
two high princes,
Mm-hmm.
even though it contains a bit of subterfuge?
Mm-hmm.
Then I don't see the issue.
It's not an issue. It just makes. Well, I don't have skin, but just makes me feel itchy.
Well, would it at all be a balm for your itchy not skin if I told you that I don't want to make a habit of this, and I also find it rather gross, and were I not fractured in many internal and also external parts, I would rather fight them on a field of battle? This is a matter of
Yeah.
necessity to save our friends.
No, your argument is sound. Your argument is sound.
That makes sense, and that also means that we are doing this. I don't want to have to work with the Skybreakers any more than we have to. They are, well, they're killers. And I know that's rich coming from me, but they're wanton killers.
Well, yeah, they're all about justice and law. We're more about like respect and honor.
And friendship
Yeah.
and cool sword moves.
Oh yeah.
Yes, thank you.
I mean, they had
Okay.
some cool sword moves too, but
I
a
know.
lot of
yeah.
death.
Yeah, but they're liars. All right. Well, then I see this might be. I really don't feel like walking into a camp with two high princes waiting for us, but it might be.
It's definitely a trap.
I've walked into traps.
Hmm.
Sometimes you walk into traps.
Yeah, and hey, you already broke all the bones in your body once today. What's the second time?
Can I
This-
try to heal myself as Zariah
Yeah,
once again?
you could
brings up,
do this, like,
how,
yeah, you
how
could-
mushy I am. Like I'm not well. Okay.
You are not, but yes, you could do this.
Perfect.
As I have stated it multiple times through this entire game, you guys work for the richest man in Alethkar, basically. Spheres are not a factor. It is just like when we're in like combat, we have to stick to the rules of how much investiture you have. But outside of
Okay.
combat, Load up,
So-
dude.
So my question is, how much investiture can I really burn here? Is my body naturally trying to heal itself?
I will say, I'll tell you what.
Yeah.
You guys have two options.
Okay.
You can start making your way to the High Princess,
Yeah.
and I will let you do a few rolls to get your health back. Or you can try to figure out what you want to do with the Skybreakers, as well as like the forces with that. It'll take more time, but you will gain all of your health.
Can I use my galvanize now in this scene? Because I think
Yeah,
he can roll a
absolutely.
So I think seeing Dialan hurt, Torvin would ask him like, "Are you sure you're up for this right now? You took a beating."
Unfortunately, I think that's rather irrelevant. Sometimes
You might
do
be
things when
right.
you're unprepared.
You might be right. Somehow I get the sense that you are the kind of person that always pushes past your limits and somehow makes it work. And this power, whatever it is, that's healing you, that's strengthening you, I can see why it chose a person like you. And I'm hoping that will galvanize him. So once per scene, they can roll their recovery die, no action required, and recover focus equal to the result.
Nice.
The result on my recovery die?
Yes, I'm not sure. Does this mean that you also
Oh my
get
God.
the recovery die? It's recovery and focus, or is it just focus recovery?
If it says focus, it's probably just focus.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But I had 0 focus, so that helps.
No, yeah. He was hurting. He was hurting on that
Yeah.
focus. I remember that.
Yeah, I had none. So now I am back up to full.
Perfect.
And I say, I mean, Dialan weighs the options truly, and he just doesn't. He's in a little bit of a panic state. There's like worry pretty well drawn all across his face, and regardless of how he feels and whether he's hurt, like his entire goal for being in the war camps right now isn't like soldiery. It isn't being a a light-eyed military man. None of that matters. Like, he swore an oath to protect Cierna, and by futzing around and going to the Skybreakers or looking for his men or anything like that, like, he's kind of doing a disservice to the fact that Torvin and he have at least a rudimentary plan to try to extract them quickly. Like, it's a hostage situation, and minutes burning is like pain doled out, and the potential for death, and et cetera, et cetera. And if nothing else, if they turn us away, then at least we were the first point of contact, and we have as much information as we can have. So Dialan just looks at Torvin and says, I think we have to go to their camp. We have to go to the High Princes now.
I agree.
You also have the span read if you would like to send a message instead of having a conversation.
Yeah, Torvin is definitely thinking about that. So I would quickly just put the Skybreakers on alert and say something to the effect of, things are happening soon. We are going to be, and I would give them like a general location, like in the war camp zone, but I won't tell them where exactly to go until it's time. I tell them to wait for my signal, and I'll give them the location of where the High Princes are.
Okay. Do you give them any information about uh, like non-Sashu building forces or any of that situation happening.
I'm not sure if we should I guess maybe I should. I'm just gonna. No, I don't think I'm gonna include that. I think we'll just leave it.
All right.
It's not enough time. Scribble it quickly.
You scribble something very quickly. You hear thunder in the distance. And then a few moments later, you get the span read back, and as you hold the span read, you feel the writing of our patience is not as large as you may assume. Please be quick with your information.
All right. Okay.
All right, and then you and Dialan are heading toward the location that Lorta has, and she says, "It's going to take us a little bit. We've got to go a few war camps away, but from what I've seen, it's really crafty of a hiding place." And as you guys begin to make your way out of Sabariel's war camp, we shoot past you and down through some spaces, through a tunnel even, and find ourselves in this luxurious space, but one may call it somewhat, or at least us here on our planet will call it not a dungeon, but like a lavish bunker of sorts. The Thanadal's colors kind of like sprinkled all throughout on lavish furniture and draping, curtains kind of flowing everywhere. There's a dining table kind of in front of where Nevod and Cierna are standing, but past that, kind of like stationed on this sort of pedestal, are two chairs. One of those chairs sits a thinner man of around, we would say 50-ish, beard beginning to show some grays, long hair down to his shoulders, clean shaven, gaunt face, and eyes that seem to always be reading the room around him and also thinking of a few plans ahead of time. This long, kind of bird-like nose kind of just pressed into his face. The High Prince Thanadal sits tapping his fingers on the chair that he sits at. Sitting at the actual dining table are Cierna's parents. Both of them kind of placed in a manner that show their hands are kind of taut at this moment, but they're kind of putting it on as a show that they're like sitting at the table eating. Pacing kind of on the side of this room is a man, maybe mid-40s, a little more rotund, kind of doesn't fit in his lavish suit as well as Thanadal does his. He is balding, and he has a thin mustache that he kind of, you assume, had it manicured previously, but now is kind of disheveled a bit along with his hair, as he kind of like paces around the room. This man in the colors of Vamath, and you assume this to be High Prince Vamath. Thanadal kind of looking at the two of you. Well, Is this how you greet high princes? Your Sabarial? Do you leave him in complete silence?
Of course not, my friends. And I will do a like customary like deep bow to both of them as he
Cierna will
says
do the
this.
same. Mhm.
My apologies. It was quite a trip to get here, but honored to finally be here and in your presence.
Your father called you a fool. Well, I assumed much less of you. I'm glad to be mistaken. You also see a few ardents within the room as well. Kind of placed in, some are working on writings, others are kind of cleaning up around the area, kind of pacing around, similar to they don't look comfortable in this space. There is one kind of sitting to themselves over by like a fireplace, kind of looking in the fire deeply. That kind of sets you on uneasy, Nevod, as you look in their space. There seems to have been some issues that have happened recently, and we are going to have to make changes to the previous arrangements of our event, our entertaining event, so to speak. I was discussing things with Right Lord Amalan before you graced us with your presence. The duel that we were preparing is going to have to be more of a show than anything. Vamath kind of just huffing and puffing in the background, kind of looks over to Thanadal. This spectacle is not needed. We just take the things from Sabarial's camp that we, and Thanadal puts one hand up and Vamath just stops talking altogether. There are rules, High Prince, and we must follow them. Your man, Dialan, will be losing the upcoming duel, and thus you will forfeit the resources that we've required. If you refuse to these things, well, he just looks over to the Amalans. We may have some issue with that, along with my forces that are encircling your war camp as we speak.
I think while he's monologuing, Cierna is trying to catch her father's eye, hopefully.
Absolutely.
I just want to be able to like look them over because I don't like we're still being held on to, right? We're not, so I can't just freely go over to them. Okay. Yeah, I wanna give a quick
insight at advantage. You know your daddy.
Can I well, that, and also I want to see like if he is in need of medical attention.
Oh, okay. Absolutely.
But
insight or perception?
Yeah, okay. They're the same for me, so I'll just do insight, I guess. Oh, that's really good. 21.
21. Your dad has a shiner across his eye.
No.
His lip is bleeding. He's definitely been in a scrap. Is kind of like breathing in a manner that possibly either there's some sort of internal injury within his abdomen. You can't tell from just the clothing, as well as you don't see any like blood stains on his outfit, but you know that there's something happened, that he's in pain as he's sitting down.
Mhm.
Your mother is more frustrated, and
Sounds correct.
she is not in as much physical pain as your father. She is more annoyed than anything. But she is also putting on a show of being in enough light-eyed society. She knows when to show annoyance to the point of making it change the setting, and then also hiding it when you know that you don't really have enough power in this space to do something about it.
Okay.
Hi, Prince. I think that is a fair deal that you offer. However, I merely set the pieces in play. I cannot speak for our company, as I do not lead the group. That would be Master Torvin Jast, who I'm sure
Yes,
would be
the
happy
dark
to have
eyes.
that conversation. Should you be so entertained? I cannot force Dialan one way or the other. I'm sure my father has told you about my dueling skills, and suffice to say, I couldn't force him to do anything he didn't want.
Yes, interestingly enough, I've sent your father to go collect these two individuals. He hasn't returned yet, but there were insurances made to make sure that your lieutenant was not at his best for this upcoming duel. Needless to say, yes, I know you not to be a leader of anything. But it is interesting that Sabario thought that some merchant would be capable of negotiating with myself. He thinks so little of me. Storming bastard. And the moth kind of like leans over, and he kind of looks at Thanadal, stops his pacing. It's like, enough with the charade. Thanadal, I understand you are just as confused as I am with everything happening. The Sons of Honor, the desolations. Ile has not been herself since his death. However, we are dealing with matters that we do not understand. Bright Lord Maresh is often... Thaden are just doing utmost chaos. We need to take our time with this. We may be doing too much in this space. What if the Blackthorn brings his forces in? Thanadal speaks up. The Blackthorn is already struggling in Urithiru. He doesn't have time to deal with the Shattered Plains. We will break him more by taking whatever they assume they can collect here. We are the descendants of sun makers. We can rule this entire world. You saw Amaram. Something changed in him. Vathma speaks up. Something is consuming him. He's lost his storming mind. Vathma, I know you are a coward. I know you are weak. It is why I protect you now. And the sooner we deal with this ilk in front of us, the more capable I will be of protecting you. He turns back to the two of you.
High Prince, if I may.
Yes.
I was...
Of course.
Might I, and I look to the person holding my arm, might I get a little bit of leeway here? I was invited, after all.
They turn to the High Prince. The High Prince just waves his arm. They release you.
I'm going to step forward in a manner to purposely separate myself a bit from Cierna. And I, as stated, was given an invitation. And although, admittedly, I may be a fool in many ways, I feel I have proven my capabilities, understanding the test that was in front originally given, as well as the understanding and conversation amongst those that were sent to find me. I am curious as to your truth, which your goals are. I am inclined to restore and embolden my family name and our honor. And I see, as I kind of like look back and I give this like kind of slight sneer towards Cierna, and I see the vision that you have, and it makes sense. I just ask for a bit more understanding of what it is you're looking to accomplish and what you believe is happening with all of these changes.
Persuasion or deception, as well as a plot die, please. Raise the stakes.
Oh, persuasion or deception. Trying to think. There's a little bit of both mixed in there.
That is why I asked. And
I'm gonna
Ceres
go.
might like one or the other.
Yeah. Because I'm speaking directly to him, and even though it's not nearly as good as my deception, I am deceiving. I feel like I'm almost like, well, I am curious. I do want to know what their goals are, and I want to know what the path is. But I am being deceptive. Oh man, this is tough. She might not like it, but I think it does lean towards deception because I am not aligned with them, and I am putting on a show that I am. So I think it would be deception, whether Ceres appreciates that or not. I just feel like I'm just trying to find truth in my own way.
There you go. And that's the most important part of Truth Watcher. You are trying to find truth.
Yeah.
The
so
method.
I will. Yeah. So deception, and you said just roll straight and then raise the stakes, right?
Absolutely, yes.
So that is a 14 with an opportunity.
Okay. With a 14, he looks at you, looks down at you. You are familiar with this look as it is. It stings into your memory as something you are used to seeing from your father.
I will instinctually, one, just out of habit, but then two, realizing that this is a man who is in control and relishes in that, even as he speaks to the other High Prince and having that grasp, I will automatically shrink myself a little bit so that he knows that I know I am far lesser.
The Sons of Honor have been tasked with completing what needs to be done to return the heralds to Roshar, to bring back the necessities to making Roshar what it was, better than what it is. With the return of the Desolations comes the return of the Heralds, comes the return possibly of the individuals who will make things right. Once the Heralds have returned, they will assist us in making sure that the Vorn Church does what it needs to do to make sure not only our space within Roshar is what it needs to be, but the entirety of our world. If you feel as though you can assist us with this task, then I need more than just being the workman of some dark eyes. We have been blessed with the chance to create a world that is better than what has been left to us. I do not need excuses from you. Would you be willing to take your father's place?
Well,
would you?
That's what all sons are groomed to do, are they not?
Just as conniving as him. Splendid.
I'm better.
That's what every son says. All right then. I assume your lovely employer is on his way here. Deal with him.
I would assume so. And he's just going to kind of glance back at Cierna. And then he'll kind of glance at the High Prince. And then just because it's itching for me. You mentioned something specifically about a certain ardent around a fire, and it's just itching in the back of my mind because I'm like, I did not miss that, but I think I just like scanned the room, and I want to know what are you saying? Who is that? I want to know, and it's terrible, but I have a couple opportunities, so I'm gonna do it. Because I want to know.
Go ahead.
And I feel like maybe I shouldn't because I might need it later, but I want to know.
Okay.
So I'm burning like, yes. Sorry. 18 plus 6, 24.
24 is very good. And with the 24, you notice that the individual ardent like everyone else. Because of that 24, they kind of fix their arm. And a bit of the robes that they're wearing kind of move off of their arm, and you notice that their arm is, at first you think it's burns, and then you notice it to be covered in a rough stone that seems to be cracking. And then they kind of turn as if they feel as though they're being watched, and you look, and their eyes are, all ardents are light eyes, but this individual's eyes seem to be lit aflame as you see small little patches of that same stone across their face. I would ask you to make a lore check for me.
Lore check. Oh man, why can't I be Cierna in this moment? Be good. Hey, that's not bad for me. A 14. That's pretty good.
14.
Plus one.
There are rumors that there are some ardents that train in the ways of working soulcasters to the point where they become consumed by their work. These are known as savants.
And so that's a soulcaster. That's interesting. Interesting. I note that. And then was the High Prince giving me leave to like go speak to find them, or because he said like deal with them, right? Like, was he like giving me leave to go, or was it more like when they show up, like talk sense into them? Like, what was the vibe I was getting?
He kind of just looks at you and waits to see what you will do in this moment. And in that, and I'll give you this because you rolled a 24, you notice that this space seems as though, like, you don't know where you are, but your natural instincts of just being a scout and everything, you know you're underneath stone.
Yeah.
And the only way you can build something within that space is either a lot of digging, which would take a long amount of time, or you know
Or
that this
soul
entire
casted.
space is soul casted. Yes.
Which connects the dot with the ardent in the corner. Um,
And their wager that they had against you.
Yes. Then I'm, I'm trying to showcase initiative and a bit of confidence and maybe a little bit of arrogance. I am still Light Eyes, and so and I know that there's some amount of trust with my father, and thinking I think I've put enough foot forward where it's like, I'm going to serve you better than he ever could. I'm going to just turn and I'm just going to like tap the guy next to me like on the arm because he's let me go, and be like, don't worry, I know where you took us. I can see myself out. I'll get that done for you. And I'm just going to start walking and see if he lets me go.
You take a few steps and then you hear laughter behind you. Mamat, see, look at the spirits in this young man. I'm gonna have a talking with his father once he gets here. Where Storm is that man? As is the last thing you hear as you make your way out of the room, start walking down the tunnel. Cierna.
Yeah,
He kind of looks to you. Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I think when Nevod leaves, because she's trying to seem like the timid brainiac that everybody knows that she is, so that's not very difficult. But she'll say after a short moment of silence, "Hi, Prince, if I may, could I tend to my father's wounds?"
Of course, Brightness. My apologies. I know this evening must have been a lot for you. I was told that you were not within the space when your parents were acquired, but we got you here nonetheless. I may need your assistance. I'm waiting for a span read from from Brightness ELA. Perhaps you can do the writing for me.
Certainly. I would be honored. And she'll kind of very kind of folded in on herself a little bit, meek looking, kind of walk over to the table, and look at her parents. Father, Mother, are you all right?
Your father, who kind of breathes for a moment. He's kind of been in and out of the conversation. He's been like nodding. He looks at you and his eye is barely open. He's just like, Gemard. And he lifts his arms and you can see that they are shackled along with your mother's. Forgot. You are safe.
And so are you. Where's brother?
Your mother kind of speaks up. Your brother decided this evening wasn't family time. He chose to be elsewhere, though he did not understand that the estate walls are thinner than assumed. I digress. We are captured. Things are happening. Don't make it all about yourself. As she's like talking to herself, but she's trying to put herself in the moment.
She can I look over I have medicine training, like I have a surgical skill. I don't know if there's like a equipment that I should have for that. Do I have like a med kit, or can I assume I have something? Or
on your person, I will ask you just plainly, because you just left your office to go get Nevod. Would you always have it on your person?
No, but I do have some very I have like mini tools in my safe hand pouch.
Okay.
So
then I'll say, yeah, you can make the medicine check if you would like.
Yeah, I'd like to do that. Okay, let's see, what is my medicine plus now? Okay, 15.
15. So your father has the shiner on his eye, and then he also has the busted lip. Those two things seem very trivial compared to what's really hurting him. You press against his abdomen and he immediately winces in pain. You assume either an organ was hurt, but you definitely know some of his ribs are broken. Something large possibly hit him.
And I can't heal him without a whole lot of glowing happening, right?
That is true.
Okay. How and she looks up at her father. How much pain is it? If you stay still, will you be all right for a while, do you think? Are you lightheaded at all?
It's a normal day, Gemhard. The Battle of Narak was much more severe. Those singers hit much harder.
How many fingers am I holding up? And she's doing the tests and checking his eye, the good one.
He struggles to give you how many fingers without turning his head to use the one eye. But he can still see. He's just just tired for the most part.
Try to rest without my kit. There's really not a lot I can do unless.
I'll miss dinner. Oh, I should. And your mother, don't laugh. She's just frustrated with the whole moment. You, Nevod, as you are leaving, as you feel as though your deception works, you hear him before you see him, mainly because the feet of shard plate are loud. And walking up, kind of breathing heavy and frustrated. And the plated helm off and in his hand. You see, for the first time since you saw him talking to Dialan, you see Bright Lord Eoket. And that is where we will take our break. Before we come back with the second part of this lovely finale. The stakes are high and some folks might die. Get your snacks, get your water. We'll be right back. And we're back. Quick announcements. No blood money. And then this is the final episode of Heirs of Honor, so no Heirs of Honor next week as well. But Tuesday, Breath Between Branches, coming in hot. If you just showing up right now and you missed the whole first part of the episode, that's cool. You can hop over to youtube.com/MagiRPG. It'll be uploaded there. If you want to yap with us about awesome nerd stuff, you can find us at discord.gg/MagiRPG. With those out of the way, before we have the family reunion that everyone's waiting on. We are going to hop back to the dynamic duo of terrific trio of Dialan. Oh no, there's a quad. We're talking to Dialan, Torvin, Zariah, and then Lorta's in the back, just hanging out. So, Dialan, we agree. I am going to just flat out. You have half your health as of
I've
right
got
now.
half my health. Okay, all right.
Yes,
That's an easy number to do.
For lead. Yeah, that way we don't have to roll them all, and that is your wonderful reward for just diving straight into saving the homies, because you have an oath to keep. But with that being said, this also gave Torvin some time to catch his breath from carrying you halfway across Sabario's war camp. But as you guys leave the war camp, in the distance, you see once again what is left of Thanadal's war camp, or what it used to be a war camp, and it's more of a crater with a bunch of destruction in its wake. And you question for a moment how, no matter how strong, is it possible for but 3 individuals to cause that much destruction? And then you question what powers the Knights Radiant have now, what powers Dialan may have, and are they truly being wielded by the right individuals throughout the world? You remember what that one Iriali Skybreaker told you, in which they used to end the lives of budding Knights Radiant. And if this is what they're capable of, question in the wrong hands, what might happen? You continue on, and you questioned what the High Princess could have done to have to go into hiding. What made them so fearful of the justice in which the Skybreakers wanted to have against them? Until you see it. Until you smell it first. Content warning. A mass grave of bodies litters the edge of Thanadal's war camp. The number is countless, and it doesn't compute at first. You feel as though people would talk about this many Alethi being slain, and then it hits you when you start to see from some of the bodies the reds and obsidian skin that isn't burnt over of singers. And then it all comes together as the awakening of the singers scared the High Princes. And when the Skybreakers explained that they told them that they had dealt with them, that this was the manner in which they did it. Lorta has you walking towards this mass grave. Oh, Nako, this... I am not the biggest fan of the Skybreakers, but These are some nasty, nasty men.
You're not wrong there.
What the hell happened here?
Oh, the whims of men who shouldn't hold power.
Well, it seems as though not only are they cruel, but they're not afraid to get dirty either. As she continues walking and she finds a spot within this massacre where there seems to be a door in which she opens up, and you find yourself looking at a tunneled open way that is way too clean of a space that someone dug this out. Immediately you assume soul casting. And then you realize that these high princes have no shame, as they are literally hiding beneath the bodies of their crimes.
How did this happen? The absence of the Blackthorn and Elakar suddenly turned our leaders into blood-crazed, maniacal nightmares? What is this? Why a mass grave? Why here? Why so close to the war camps? What happened?
I don't know what happened here. But none of this is sudden, Dialan. This is who our leaders always were. Maybe you haven't seen something like this before. Maybe this level of destruction, carelessness. Maybe that might be new to you.
I've seen death, and I've seen it be callous, and I've seen men sent to needless suffering. This is systematic. This is intentional. This is disgusting. This is beyond. This walks so far past warfare and conquering and glory. And you would see a couple of shame spren floating around Dialan, just being very lost in the fact that he is intrinsically a part of the system that could cause something like this. Okay. Well, one foot in front of the next, right?
That's right. You need to focus on flying and that glowing trick.
Yeah.
He
Yes.
looks to Zariah too, who I'm sure is floating about. This glowing. You can do this at will. Both of you.
And he just starts glowing bright. Yeah,
And you can
simple
pull this
enough.
off too, Dialon?
Zariah, how do I glow?
You take a deep breath in and just breathe in storm, and you watch as the stormlight from your sphere pouch, kind of like more of it gets consumed into you. And the way we were doing it previously, and this is for you as well, Cierna, if you are trying to be discreet or like stealthy with your power, your surges, just roll me a discipline check to see if you can like hide the light from that. But you're just letting it fly, so yeah, you just light up.
Okay. Can you stay close with me and maybe you do that trick at the right moment? He talks to Zariah.
Wow. I get to hang out with the Torvin Jazz? Decisions. Oh, yeah. So we're gonna play a trick on him?
Possibly.
I
I think technically we'll tell the truth.
Oh yeah. Yeah, tricks are different. Tricks are for laughs. We're not deceiving them to, make them feel bad. Or are we? I don't know. This is too good to be true. This is just, if I think about it too long, I'm gonna think myself out of it. Ooh, I'm so nervous.
Torvin smiles a little but just walks ahead. All right, let's get focused. He says to Dialan as they walk past these bodies.
Yeah. Do you have a word when you want me to glow? You're the one doing all the talking.
Yeah, you can start glowing early. You'll know the right time. All right.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Okay. You might be overestimating me, but I'll try to read.
Just winging this here. We'll figure it out,
As you make your way there, we'll hop back to Cierna. You are sitting at the table with your parents. It is very quiet in this room. Mainly you hear the pacing of Vamoth, and Thanadal kind of like goes off and messes with some paperwork, i.e. talking to, you assume, possibly his wife to write something out for him. But you are left with your parents in like a small space in which you can whisper to one another.
We're in full view of everyone though, right? We're like sitting in the middle of the room.
You are, yeah. But it's one of those things where like you're in the space and then everybody else around you is uncomfortable. Nobody here looks as though they like being here.
Okay. And the Ardents in the room, do I recognize any of them? Like, do they definitely work for
all these Ardents
Thanadal, or?
Yes.
Yeah,
yes.
Okay. Then I wouldn't. Okay. So my Ardents aren't here.
No, they are not in this space.
Hopefully they're okay. Yeah, I guess, well, the High Prince, you said it was Thanadal who asked me to check on the span read?
Yes.
I guess I'll look to one of the servants because I'm not going to bother a High Prince with, what do you want me to do again? I look to one of the guards. Could you show me the span read?
Oh, yes, Brightness. He has been basically waiting for Brightness ELA to respond. There's been nothing as of recent.
Okay.
But
understood.
And he points to one of the lavish tables that have been set up here, and there's like a lone span read that they're like kind of waiting on.
Mm-hmm.
If you wish to hold on to this. Or
I can wait for the message to come in. That's sufficient.
very well. Go ahead.
Yeah, I do. What else is going on in this room? You're saying there's ardents, there's guards. How many guards are there?
There's guards at the opening, like 2 guards were at the opening where Nevod left the space. There's a few guards kind of standing around both high princes that you assume to be like their
bodyguards, right?
main guards. Yes.
Okay, so like 10.
Yes. Your assumption. Just give me a perception check.
Yeah, sure. 15.
15. You do not see any shard bearers that you know of, like anyone who is wearing anything that would make you assume that they have the whole fabrial setup of being able to call a sharp blade to them. They are not in this space.
And there's nobody else in this room that I would recognize other than my parents and the high princes.
Correct.
Nobody I know. Okay. Noted. I think I would ask for like a blanket or something for my father because he's wounded.
All right.
My father has lost some blood and he seems a little chilled. Could I have something, a cloak or?
Of course, brightness. One of the ardents immediately
they're treating me like super humane. This is interesting. Okay.
The ardents kind of like come over and bring you a blanket. Like everyone seems to be just following the usual. No, you're fine. Going with the usual understandings of just everyone here is a light eyes and we're still in a palace space and the usual rules are going to be followed. So yes, you are given this blanket. You make your way over to your father.
Yeah. As I like kind of drape it over him, I want to, partially using the blanket as cover, touch the manacles on his hands to make them slip off.
Okay. As we discussed previously, we're just doing a little discipline roll, but we will be raising the stakes.
Okay. Yes. Okay. So I got an opportunity. I would like to re-roll immediately because I only got a total of 12 with the opportunity. So I'm going to use my opportunity to re-roll.
Okay, you do have the cloak, so it's not going to be a high DC. Okay. If we can get 2 more, like 2 points higher, I think we should be good.
Did you predict that? Because I rolled a 12 this time, so 14.
Okay, so with the 14, the blanket hides not only your use of a surge, but also your father's face as he realizes that the shackles on him just kind of slip off completely.
And I'm gonna wrap him up and wrap his hands so that it doesn't clatter.
Got you. So you immediately grab the shackles and kind of wrap his hands to hide that.
Have him. I say, if you sit with your hands like this, it'll be more comfortable for you. As I hide the fact that he could slip out of this now.
Of course, Jim.
And I'm standing in front of him to kind of block him a little bit from anyone who's behind me. But yeah, I'm just acting like I'm kind of fawning over him a little bit because he's wounded. I already look worried, so that's not difficult to pretend about. And my mother also is in shackles.
Yes. As you are looking over at your mother, your father kind of like puts his hand on the table and you see like one of the steak knives, and he just slowly grabs it and places it by his side or in his hands, and hides it. But yes, your mother is also in shackles.
Okay, so I give him like a little smile, and I will go and sit. I'll sit next to him. Actually, I'll sit next to my mother, and just kind of check on her too. But she is not wounded, so she wasn't the priority in that moment.
So you sit down next to her, and they're like kind of across from each other at the table, and she leans to you.
Are you okay?
How is he? Oh, I'm fine.
He'll heal. I wish I could do more.
Cierna, you've done so much. You're always doing so much.
I try.
I just wish Roshar tried as much as you to make you happy. Oh, look at me. A mother's work is never done. Just fawn over you, fawn over you. Where's... Well, it's incredible that I guess I don't know how to choose them. Your one friend just ups and leaves us. Typical. What happened to the other one?
I'm not sure. We got separated and everything was happening, and I mean, I left and then we got separated, and I'm
some bodyguard. Sure. I'm sorry. That's a lot. It's just been a night.
Yeah. I'm told you're not the only one who shares that opinion. And as I'm thinking that, where is Liliana? Where's my friend?
As you're thinking that, since you are bonded to your spren, I will say, let's
just still scolding Torvin. Just like, I still think that you should find something else.
Torvin told, like, she went to the estate, and then when Torvin's hollered at the estate, he left. So she's probably like, well, nobody's listening to me. I need to leave. Here we go. There's my Torvin. Okay. You don't know where she is at this moment.
I'm thinking really hard about her calling the Skybreakers because I don't know what else to do. Liliana, please go find the Azish lady. Go find the Skybreakers.
But I am making a note that you are thinking of Liliana, and I gotta look at some stuff to see how that works. But as that's happening, and your mother is continuing on, as she does, Nevod, you find yourself in this Stormlight Lantern's tunnelway, looking up at your father, who is fully within shard plate. You don't even have to roll for the perception. You notice cracks all throughout it, and he is sluggish in the way that he walks, and that he is like breathing heavy, as if like he was having difficulties walking here. Already running.
Father, it's good to see you.
Well, what is your purpose here?
I was given an opportunity, and his eyes do not look up at his father. They look down towards the ground as he speaks. I was given the opportunity to make amends and right a long history of wrongs and potentially elevate and raise our family's name. And I would be wrong to not seize the opportunity in hopes of earning some favor with you again someday. So I'm here, not running, but on task from the High Prince.
Your brother is dead because of you. Your task that was bestowed upon you previously, you chose not to do. I am to expect you to do it this time. You have done nothing but put our house further into descent since you were born. For me to expect anything from you otherwise would be foolish on my part.
Then why the branch? Why the invitation to the Sons of Honor? Why not just be rid of me?
My hope was that you do what you usually do. Run away. Run away and tell Sabario's forces that we were ambushing them. The only shock you've ever given me is that you didn't this one time. But it seems you have gotten into a habit of some things. Move. I have words to speak the High Prince with. Things have changed in this world that we were not prepared for. And he, swings a massive gauntlet for you to move out of the way, and you instinctually, back up as you feel like the force of a shard plated arm, basically tell you to move. And he begins walking, just ignoring you and walking down the path. Like I said, sluggish, kind of groaning, but making his way.
I think he sits there for probably half a minute, just stands there, breathing heavy, having played over and over and over and over and over and over again what that interaction would have been and all the different ways it would have played out, and seeing his father walking down a dark stormlit hall in shard plate, and that being the first time, him already being intimidated, but on a magnitude far greater. And then as he begins to speak to him, sees the cracks in the armor, and once again is reminded of his failures, which is nothing new. And as he kind of stands there for a second, I think he just kind of thinks to Saris, that went better than I thought it would. You're muted.
You're muted.
Sorry. Saris echoes in your own voice. He's in range.
It kind of turns as he watches him stomp, and you can hear every foot's fall as he kind of turns the corner and just continues to hear. That would make me him. And I am not him.
Ooh. What a truth. and you continue down this path.
And I take a second gather, and then I just nod, and then it's as I'm dealing with that, and I'm walking down this hallway and having a loose familiarity, like not truly knowing, but having enough because, you know, of my training and everything, like having an idea of like roughly where we're at and where I'm going. I still am in a hallway that I've never been at. But I can see the smooth texture. I know that I understand the ploy now, and I understand roughly in the location of where we are in the war camps. And as we go, and I hear that he's in range, and I'm not a killer, and it's your fault that your brother's dead, and now I have to go face the person who killed him, and now I need to rely on the person that killed him, and I need to, like, there's just so much conflicting in Nevod as he's like walking through this hallway. And I think that he is just kind of playing all of these things in his head, and he's just trying to figure out how do I get out of this situation? I just left the person I was supposed to protect behind to play a ploy that I don't even know if it's going to work. And did I endanger Cierna? Is she going to be alive when I get back? And there's just like, there's so much mounting, and he is just like, it is like crushing him, but he is just doing what he's always done. And that is putting a face on, like everything is fine. And he just starts to just push it down as he just one foot in front of the other. My next task is to get with Torvin and Dialan, and storming, that is what he's going to do.
And as you make your way down this hall, Torvin and Dialan, you meet your first checkpoint. 2 guards, kind of hood cloaks, in the Thanadal attire, but they kind of immediately spears pointed toward you both. How did you find this walkway? Question is, are you still wearing Sabarial's colors, Dialan? Because you did take all your armor and stuff off.
No. My armor is in Sabarial's colors, and that's it.
Gotcha. Okay, so y'all just look like 2 dudes. One with the greatsword.
Did we talk about tactics here? Are we lying? Are we
Y'all do what you want.
I think he
honestly
said, and I quote, "I'm winging it."
I'm winging it.
Yeah,
You know
I
what?
really do. I need Torvin to just kind of take the reins here. Like,
yeah.
you look to me for support, I'm here, but like
I'm winging it.
I think we walk in with confidence and bravado, and we go, my name's Torvin Jast. This is Dialan. We work for the High Prince Sabarial, and we're here for our people, and we demand an audience. And I just walk past with Dialan.
Intimidation.
Yeah, I'm going full performance right now.
I'd like to spend a focus, and I just like gently wrap my fingers around the hilt of my greatsword and stare down whichever one's brave enough to make eye contact with me.
Okay, so
I nod to him as my intimidation. Can he roll intimidation? He probably has better intimidation.
if you'd like to.
Sure, yeah.
And burning the focus, is that one of your like moves that goes with that? Is that how that?
No, it's just the aid action. You spend a focus. And
okay.
you can
Spend
add
focus. That's what
damage. Yeah.
you were saying that. Gotcha. Okay.
Oh, he's aiding me okay, I see.
So you get advantage. Yes.
Okay. I can
I was
try.
like,
Then I'll
if he's
roll.
going to
if
a
I'm
snake.
getting-
Yeah, run it. Take the reins.
Yeah. You gave me advantage. Let's do it. It's a 12.
With the 12. Oh boy. You know, just
Wait, I have an opportunity, right? I think I have an opportunity. Can I spend
Hope so.
you can,
I do. Can I spend an opportunity?
You can use that, yeah.
19.
19. You walk. You're stressing Dialan out. You walk past, and they're about to stop Torvin when Dialan, you reach for your great sword, and then one of them nudges the other and kind of whispers. And like one of the words you hear is duelist. And then they make space for you, and you're continuing your way down the tunnel. After a moment, Lorta kind of speaks up. Storms, I didn't think that would work. Really know how to make yourself just blend in with everybody else wherever you go, Nako.
Yeah, I guess so. He tries to keep. He's looking straight ahead, trying to keep the performance going.
Master tactician.
Woo! I thought you were dead. After a moment, you guys hear a bunch of muffled, just can't believe it. Just cultivation. Why would you let this happen? Oh, it's terrible. As you see, kind of like snaking along, ignoring you guys, and making her way past you is that same face of an older woman, kind of snaking her way through the air, basically, down this pathway.
Hey.
And then,
Hey.
Oh, you. She immediately snakes up toward you. Oh, well, I have been looking for you. My mistress is in a terrible sort, and you are doing a terrible job at becoming a bodyguard for her specifically. Nev, you're making your way down this walkway, having all those eternal thoughts. When you hear someone like chewing somebody else out down the walkway. Do you have anything to say for yourself?
Listen,
You are an oathbreaker. You are an
storming
oathbreaker. That is who you
little
are.
creme stain. You are wasting time. Cierna is down here somewhere. Lead me to her
Stain?
instead
I
of
will have
I
you
said
know,
what I said.
I
Take me to
am a
Cierna.
spread
Take me to
for
Cierna.
the arts.
Keep your voices down. As I
And you all see each other.
I'm in a shadow, and then like I step in like a
Yeah,
because it looks cool.
Yeah. Nevod. We all react appropriately to how cool that was.
And then I like look behind me, and I just want to see if like, and as I've been going and here, like how much the talking like echoes, or if it's like pretty muted, just to like get an idea of like how quietly we can speak without having to worry.
they've been walking a while. You guys have been walking a while since the guards.
Yeah.
I just want to do a bit, if I'm being completely honest.
Yeah.
And you.
So we're in like a secluded kind of
Yes.
spot in the tunnel. Okay.
Yes.
And then I'll just I'll approach, and seeing I assume I see this floating face of a spren too. Right.
Yes, she is just.
Yeah. Okay. And
She's
I think
looking
just
for
like
answers.
yeah. Good to see you. And I poignantly look at Torvin when I say that. What are you doing here? How did you get here?
We are here for you.
I like look past, and your backup is Lorta.
Oh, I'm tougher than I look, Nako. She
We
winks
have,
at you, Torvin.
I give a polite bow, like a respectful bow, like
We have a plan of sorts.
well, it better be storming good, because they have Cierna, her father and mother, held captive with a room of ardents and soldiers and both high princes and my father in Shardplate, although cracked, which is confusing.
Oof.
And it is precarious. Also, I may or may not be a initiate within the Sons of Honor.
I'm sorry. What now? You're an initiate?
You could say.
All right.
And I've been given a task by my High Prince Thanadal, to inform Dialan that he is to throw the fight, the duel, in trade for the lives of Cierna and her parents, and the non-extinction of Sabariel's war camp. And I like look like again, I just kind of look behind and like around just to make sure that we're low, and then I just kind of like lean in. I'm really good at playing a part.
What part have you been playing?
Everything. But let's just say that the truths they are searching for don't necessarily align with me.
You might have a new recruit.
Well, I think we need to go in there and scare the creme out of them. We have some tricks up our sleeve that could be to our advantage, and we have a very powerful weapon in our back pocket.
Are you talking about the and he just kind of like glances up, like mimicking towards the sky? So they're here too. They've been informed.
They have. So our goal is to scare them enough to where we can get an audience with the people that we need to protect. If we can get together, we can keep them safe through whatever carnage comes from the sky.
It is not a big space, and there is no way they can get here from the sky. We're underground, and they have
know
lots
where
of men.
They know where the entrance is. You saw how effective they were. The threat of these monsters wreaking havoc on their army, what's left of it, they don't want to deal with any of that. They'll be terrified. And if we can make them think that we have those same capabilities,
But you don't.
no.
And what would stop them from executing everyone on the spot? This is your plan, and if that's what you've worked up, I'll support it to the best I can. But when we go in there, there's no us, as I am playing a part. But I can make a move, if it makes sense, to support that. I was directly told to get Dialan on board with throwing a duel because they believe in the tradition of certain practices, yet not the honor of how they are fulfilled, I suppose. Should be
All right.
fitting and familiar for Dialan.
And do you have a plan of action for after he throws this duel?
No. My goal here was to get information, seek what truths and things they're hiding, what plans they had, and to try and keep Brightness Serena safe. She was with me when we were taken.
All right.
I'm told that should he throw this, they get to keep the lumber yard, and they will spare their lives. And that is literally the information I have. And they have a shard, like I said, a shard bearer. My father.
I think we have to at least try Torvin and I's plan first.
Where's your armor?
It is in disrepair. I have had an eventful evening.
Likewise. If that is the plan you have, then so be it. I am to convince you that him throwing the duel is the best path forward.
Yeah, I don't think the High Princes are going to survive if our plan comes together.
I'm worried that none of us will.
Nothing matters if the High Princes survive. The goal that we have is to get our people as far away from them as we can before all hell breaks loose.
Yes.
I did hear a tidbit while I was in there that they have amassed an army and are surrounding the war camp, Sabariel's war camp, and they plan to massacre everyone there as well.
Which war? Where do we know where that war camp is? That war camp near here also, or is that back?
That's where
like
we were at.
Nanzashi. That's like our war camp.
That's like right there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That's why
Got
all
it.
those soldiers were running together,
Running back, yeah.
They're preparing for battle or possible battle. Right now, it's just a standstill. Imagine it's a third hostage scenario. Basically, is what they're
Yeah.
threatening you with.
And I think he's going to look. He's going to glance, like he keeps glancing towards Dialan, and he's just very conflicted, like on everything. But he looks back to Torvin. I know you are going to be doing the speaking, so what I can tell you from my brief experiences with High Prince Thanadal, both High Princes are there, but Thanadal is the only one that matters. He is clearly in charge. He knows it. Valmouth is pretty much his cowardly lapdog, the way he acts. And he is one of Alethi code and tradition through and through, while also bending everything to his will. And he is conniving and thinks 4 steps ahead, and always sees himself as the better of anyone they speak to. How you take that information and use it to your advantage, Torvin, I will leave to you. but I thought it was prudent to at least inform you of the type of individual you're speaking with.
Understood. That's good detail. Dialan,
Yes.
are you okay with all of this? Are you ready?
I have to be. We should go.
Yeah, we should definitely go. 'Cause that cultivation sprint already left. And you guys see down the hall, just kind of just muttering to herself, this the same spread kind of leaves you guys in the dust. Cierna,
Yes.
you hear the thumping of large footsteps coming from the way that Nevod left, and you see this individual lurch into the room covered in shard plate, but is sluggish and slow. Immediately, you are reminded that this is the same Bright Lord you saw previously, Nevod's father.
Oh.
High Princess, we have a problem. And then it all kind of turns. Speak, Bright Lord. There's a storming Knights Radiant. Your father's eyes kind of like light up because the only Knights Radiant he knows of is his daughter. So he tries to like cover his face real quick, and kind of play it cool. Your mother kind of gasps as like critical words are being spoken. A few of the ardents kind of like look up. That one individual in the corner, kind of their head goes up a bit.
Hate that.
And then it all speaks up. A Knight's Radiant, like Stormbless. Yes. He threw me across the storming war camp. It made no sense. He died, but I don't know if he was the only one. That duelist, the Dialan. He's dead. Well, then what is the problem? I don't know if he was the only one. What do you mean you don't know? Look at my... I require gem hearts, High Prince. I require Stormlight. And he kind of like turns and starts shouting, somebody give me some Stormlight! And a few people kind of like immediately start to run around the room, kind of immediately mumbles and questions.
At that, while they're running around in chaos, like grabbing sphere goblets and things like that, I would like to siphon some of the Stormlight as they're running around.
Sure.
Around us with this. I just want to take a little bit.
Absolutely. I would say low DC because the desolations are happening, people are freaking out. They were worried about the Skybreakers. Now there's even more Knights Radiant. They are not okay right now.
Hey, that's pretty good. What's my bonus again? My discipline is terrible. 15, and I have an opportunity.
Yeah, 15 will do it. Absolutely. There are mumbles. Vamath is even more at unease as previously. Then it all looks the exact same. He kind of walks over. Seems as though you may play your part in a more meaningful manner than I assumed.
What? He's saying this to me?
Yes, as he like walks up to the table. Sorry.
How may I assist, High Prince?
Well, the assumption is now that your bodyguard assistant is perished, then I will need to speak with your brother and have him surrender in his state.
That would be a simple task, High Prince. My brother is not a duelist.
No, but I believe he cares deeply for you and your parents. So this should be a less entertaining but simpler task. He walks up. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
I think she would say, because she doesn't want anyone to hurt her brother. I could speak with him. He'll listen to me, High Prince.
I knew you would be able to help me, Brightness. Thank you. And he turns immediately, walks away.
Is she sitting there trying not to be upset because she just got told that Dialan is dead?
Right.
That's not great. Yeah, she's not okay.
Bright Lord Eoket like lumps down on like one of the like stone sitting arrangements, sort of like a bench, but it's just full stone basically. And he plops down on that. You feel like the vibrations in the stone bunker itself because he's in shard plate. As they start to add.
Where did he sit? Is he near us?
Not near you, no. He's just like
he's
in
away.
A portion of the bunker, and they're like trying to add Stormlight to his plate. And as that's happening, it takes a few minutes, and this is the time in which, for all of us, the crew is making their way down the tunnel. And then I would like to know, what is Cierna thinking of in this moment?
I think she is just hoping that Nevod can find Torvin if Dialan is dead, and call the Skybreakers to get them out of here. I think that's all she's thinking about, is getting out of here and hoping that the Skybreakers arrive, because she doesn't really see another solution.
Gotcha. As you're thinking of that, kind of nestled in your father's blanket that you found for him, you just hear that same voice. Ooh, mistress, have I had an evening tonight? I will tell you, for one, you have terrible coworkers. Nothing but excuses and talking of things that don't matter at the moment. Are you okay, mistress? I've been so worried. As you see Liliana kind of like nestled in like the crook of your dad's blanket, trying to be stealthy,
so
but also
Wait.
obnoxious and loud.
Am I able to speak to her like mentally? Can I reply to her
we established
silently?
that earlier.
Okay, I just wanted to make. I wasn't sure if that was like specific to certain types of Spren or not.
Nah, we're just gonna go with it.
I would think to her, I'm all right. My father is injured, but I'm not in a good position to heal him with all these eyes in the room. Did you see any of them?
Yes. Unfortunately, I saw the one who's apparently the one in charge. He's on his way to have a conversation with the High Princess.
Torvin?
Imagine that too. Yes, Brightness. And then there was the one who enjoys being secluded, which there's nothing wrong with. Absolutely. Sometimes, individuals are a lot. I know a few honor spren who I wish I could just disappear from sometimes. And then the bodyguard. He's not even in uniform, mistress. I don't know why you even
You saw Dialan? Wait.
As you're talking to like your dad's armpit, he kind of finally looks down to see what's going on. And then his eyes light up. As I'm trying to remember if you introduced him to Liliana or not, but I digress.
Yes, he's met Liliana. He met her.
Okay, so then
when she revealed herself.
He will assist in the stealthiness and kind of like pulls the blanket down a bit.
Yeah, I'm just kind of acting like I'm like, seeking comfort from my dad, I think, or something, just to have an excuse to be next to him and talk to Liliana.
Mind you, your mother across from the table sees all this, eyes alit. Liliana is
I am
irate.
more than willing to roll for deception if you need me to.
Go for it.
Okay.
Liliana's gonna continue complaining. Yes, mistress.
What a waste of a good roll. 22.
22. You look terrified, and your mother is not okay.
Well, I don't want anybody in the room.
Oh, others around you. Gotcha.
I don't want people to notice what I am doing. I want to be as I normally am, which is a wallflower. That's what I'm aiming for.
They heard Knights Radiant have returned. The last few Knights Radiant they met were not nice.
Around.
So they're trying to get the shard bearer working again. That's what they're trying to do.
Okay. Yeah, I'm not.
Yes.
Oh, that's a good idea. You saw Dialan. When did you see him?
Just moments ago, mistress. They are walking their way
He's not
here.
dead.
Mistress, why would he be dead? I mean, it would make more sense since he is so terrible at his job. Maybe him not being a part of Roshar anymore would make sense as to why he was
Liliana, not helping.
My apologies, mistress. But yes, they are on their way to have a discussion with the High Princess. But if you ask me, mistress, I don't think it's
here.
Yes, mistress, of course. I talked sense in them. They are coming to rescue you.
Oh, okay. This is going to be messy, I think. Liliana, can you help me? Can you help me use progression? Can you help me be subtle?
Of course, mistress.
She glances at her father. You can see that father is quite injured. I want to at least heal his internal injuries if I can. If we have to run, he needs to be in better condition than he is now.
Oh, yes, mistress. Running might be the best option.
I agree.
So you are trying to use progression on your father?
Mhm.
Go for
Yeah.
it. And with Liliana's help, go ahead and roll at advantage for me.
Okay.
As that's happening, is there anything else you guys would like to prepare for before you walk into this room? Did you sneeze or did you roll good?
I rolled a funny roll, so I got a natural 20, but then I got a complication
funny.
on the plot die.
That's not. So you automatically get an opportunity on crits, though.
Yeah.
So now I'm confused.
Yeah. So it would be if it's discipline that you're having me roll to hide.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't even roll my advantage because I got a nat 20 off the bat.
What I'll say is the complication that you see is...
Which roll was it, though? That's my question, so I can tell you what the total is. Was it progression or discipline that I was rolling?
Discipline. Because you're trying to hide it, right?
Yeah.
Did you just use your surge?
And that's 26, yeah.
Yeah. You heal your father's wounds. The complication that is added to this, you see the Ardent that was like sitting in the corner stand up.
Shit.
And she begins walking over toward your table. And you see on their hand, clean shaven, the same markings across their face, these light heterochromia eyes, one purple, the other a light green.
Oh. Okay.
And you see the soulcaster on their hand.
Okay.
They walk up. They place the soulcasted hand across the table. Do you need anything, brightness?
No, I think I'm quite all right. Thank you.
I'm curious of your thoughts on the return of the Knights Radiant.
She acts dumb and looks confused.
Well, they're heretics, of course.
So much is changing on Roshar. Let's see what blessings the Almighty has for those who wish to oppose the way in which things work. And the complication is going to be that they're just interested in your space where you are right now.
Mm-hmm. Great.
As that's happening, do you guys have anything else you want to do before we rock and roll with this?
I'm just going to tell them because Adam also thinks it's going to be hilarious when he announces Dialan. I'm just going to say I'll go first and introduce you to the High Princes, and then you can speak your piece if that works for you.
All right.
Sure.
Last thing, I need a roll from. Oh, go ahead.
I just want to enter a stance.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I'm gonna enter vigilant stance.
Okay.
Yeah.
I need
That's it.
I want 2 luck rolls. One from Torvin, one from Dialan.
Luck rolls.
Yeah, what's
and
a luck roll?
So you're just gonna roll a d20. And raise the stakes for me.
Wait, how do you roll just like a random? Oh yeah,
Just a
there we go.
d20?
Okay, I see.
Okay.
Got it. Oh man, that's a 2.
That is
Okay.
a 15 with an opportunity.
With an opportunity. Okay, at 15 with an opportunity. Roll me a d4. This is for Dialan, I'm sorry.
4.
4. Okay. With that, they are only able to get 1 of Bright Lord Eoket's what is it called? Words are hard. Charge is gone, so he only has 1 charge. He rolled very well for that. And you can keep that opportunity. I will save Torvin's for later.
Oh yay. Yeah, I mean, I have unless you guys have anything else you need to bring up, I'm gonna light the candle and we're gonna see how winging it goes.
Let's rock.
Light it.
And I'm gonna come through the entrance, and I'm just gonna High Princes, or he'll say, "My High Princes, may I introduce?"
The room goes silent for a moment.
May I introduce Master Torvin Jass and the duelist Dialan? And then I'm going to kind of do a bow, and I'm going to step over to the side, and I'm purposely going to go towards near where my father is.
As you say Dialan's name, the room was already looking toward the gentleman merchant that they've heard so much about, that is able to lead Sabario's forces across the Shattered Plains. The same High Prince that was duped by this merchant on the way here. But then when they hear Dialan's name immediately after hearing him dead, High Prince Thanadal looks over to your father. Your father, whose face is gaunt, in shock. And then he looks to you and nods his head, as if he has made his decision on which of the Eoket family to trust at this moment. I see you understand that plans have changed, Torvin Jost.
Have they?
At the same time, Cierna, you notice the soulcaster, or the ardent with the soulcaster, they cover their arm, as if to keep it known by the individuals who just entered that of what they have.
I'm gonna mentally say to Liliana, tell Torvin about the soulcaster.
Okay. Then it all looks to you, Torvin. Oh, go ahead.
Our plans change all the time. I'm sure that you had planned to obtain a gem heart out on the plains. That plan didn't go the way you wanted, did it?
Is this truly the time for remarks such as those? I don't believe the wit was invited to our party tonight, and you don't look much like him.
Well, if not now, then when?
So what has brought you in here with such confidence, Torvin?
Well, you have put on quite an effort here to try and put on this show of sorts. You want to put on a fight, a bet, a rigged bet at that. Well, I think that maybe you don't know who you're dealing with. I think you have been rightfully afraid of these Radiants who are hunting you down. And you're scrambling for any bit of power you can get. And you thought you came upon easy prey. But as I said, you don't know who you're dealing with. And he'll nod over to Dialan, giving him his cue.
Yeah, at that point, I am going to breathe in Stormlight. I am going to enhance myself. And I would like to just start gently floating off of the ground a few inches.
Okay.
So there's not going to be a duel or a fight. We are going to collect our people and that soulcaster, and we are going to leave. Or, well, you can test the consequences.
I would like intimidation. Raise the stakes. This is the finale.